Shalom, shalom, sisters. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to the Most High God of Israel. Call Yahweh Hashem HaShalom Shai. Shabbat Shalom. Lord, willing, sisters are doing good in the spirit, feeling all right, enduring, reading, praying, fasting, and doing all things unto the Lord. In these last days, Most High willing, sisters are keeping watch. This is a sisters chat. As you know, we said that we would be on here every other week, so every 2 weeks, and here we are. Today is just gonna be a little check-in, a little exhort through the spirit. We're gonna let the spirit flow, okay? So, Lord willing, this is edifying to sisters, and Salakia also for the delay. I wanted to get on here earlier, but my youngest daughter isn't feeling too good. She woke up with a little cough. So if y'all hear her, just know. If y'all see the screen go black, just know. But this is 1 Peter 4:11, foundational precept. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which God giveth, that God in all things may be glorified through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. So we get on here and we do all these things, these videos, any work we put towards the ministry, we do it to the ability which the Most High Yahweh Shai gives us. And we do it so that he may be glorified in all things, because look, we're nothing without the Most High. And it's only because of him that we're able to get on here and exhort one another daily. So this is Hebrews 10:24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. So we are on here to provoke one another to good works and into love. And I'm started off by saying, Lord willing, sisters are keeping watch. There is a lot going on in these last days. We're getting closer and closer every single day that passes. Every single time we close our eyes and lay down and wake up and lay down and wake up and do what we do on day to day, we get closer and closer and closer to Yahweh Shai cracking the sky, to Yahweh Shai coming back for the kingdom that's prepared for us to be here. So, Lord willing, sisters continue to endure. And I wanted to get this in Joel, because I personally have been meditating on, I definitely passed it. I said, I've definitely been meditating on, end times, and just really just rewiring my mind. Like, we know, yes, we know all hell's gonna break loose, we're in the end days, this and that and that, but I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in the spirits we deal with, or the day-to-day struggles, or afflictions in this flesh, whether it be your health, or it be problems in your marriage, or stuff with your job, stuff with school, stress, stuff like that. We get so wrapped up in these things to the point where we forget, we don't even have to be stressing about this. None of this is even gonna matter. None of this is even gonna matter in whenever the Most High sends out that sign to Yahweh Shai, hey, it's time. It's time. When it's time for war, when it's time for pestilence, famine, all these things to hit the earth, none of the stuff that we worry about now is even gonna matter. So I think sometimes, we gotta just kind of do a reset, continue to get in these precepts and know what's about to hit the earth. Know what's about to hit the earth. Get into some prophecy, ask, your husband or your head over you, what can I expect in these times? Go through these scriptures, seek these things out. You don't want to be the sister. You just read Genesis all day. Nothing wrong with the book of Genesis. Mighty, mighty book through the spirit. But you also want to get into, these different things throughout the scriptures, because there's so many beautiful things that prepare us for the times to come. And I wanted to get this in Joel, mighty book, by the way. Definitely read it if you haven't already. Chapter 3. Chapter 2 is very mighty as well. But I'm gonna start at verse 13. 15. Yeah, I'm gonna start at 15. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 15. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. And I'm gonna stop right there. There was a mighty, mighty video that I watched last week. My beautiful sister Vera, she sent it, and the brothers were bringing out this video, this simulation. Sorry, I'm looking at my daughter. The simulation of what would happen if, I think it was Russia, if Russia sent a missile over here, and then it was basically like showing like how catastrophic it'll be for a missile to hit, like the radius of it. Hold on, let me see. Let's see if I can find it. I'm finding on my phone first, and then I'm gonna see. Um, but yeah, it was really, it really put things into perspective, and it was basically saying like once the missiles hit, the smoke in the, because when missiles hit, boom, like fires, start happening. I know. Once those fires start, fires create smoke. Fires create smoke, and it's lucky, y'all. Fires create smoke, and long story short, that smoke is not just gonna go away. It's not gonna be the fire department's not gonna come out and be doing all this with the extinguishing the fires. No, that smoke is gonna, be a lot. It's gonna be an abundance of smoke. And, eventually, like as the days go by, I think it said like by day 100, like the whole earth will be filled with that smoke. So like, it'll be filled with that smoke. And y'all, she didn't even want, she just wanted me to hold her. That's crazy. Let me see, what happened. Nuclear war. Yeah. But yeah, and when I had watched this, okay, yeah, I found it. Okay. When I had watched it, I was like, dang, that makes me think of that this is not my YouTube, but future of life institute. Okay. It made me think of the precept that we just brought out in Joel chapter 3, because it said the sun and the moon will be darkened. And I was like, dang. I was talking to my head. I was like, dang. So do you think that's nice? Like, with, because when I read that, I've read the book of Joel before, but when I picture like the sun and moon being darkened, like I don't know what I was picturing, but it just made so much sense when they said that all the smoke from the nuclear war would come out. And this is fair use. Fair use. Lord willing, y'all can see this. Let me go back real quick. Con. But it just made so much sense when I seen this. I was like, dang, so is that what the Most High meant when he said that the sun and the moon will be darkened in that time? But yeah, it was just like it's like a wow moment. Um Okay. Yeah, the rest of that, you can't stop the will of the Most High. So, Lord willing, sisters want to check that out in their own time. That's the video. But when it said right there, verse 15, the sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. That's exactly what I thought of. And I was like, dang, it's getting real. It's getting real. You know, North Korea, Russia, they're getting ready. And these powers, they're getting ready for war. The Most High is putting it in their spirits to send utter destruction on the earth. The Most High is sending those spirits of vengeance on the earth. Let me get that. Actually, is this the 16? I'll pull it up. Well, I'm just going here. It's okay. That's all right. Yeah, this is. Look, we got to get our minds ready for this time. Now, they know I wanted the Apocrypha. It's okay. It's alright. Like I said, y'all don't have to, excuse my daughter. Con. Sirach 39. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, in verse 28. And it reads, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction. They pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Slakia. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come. They shall not transgress his word. So the spirits that the Most High created for vengeance, they're not going to transgress his word. The angels are not going to transgress the words of the Most High. They're not. Yahushua, he's not going to transgress the words of the Most High. He's not. So when is this time? When their time has come, when the time has come, whether you done got your spirit right or not, whether you done got it all together, you done finally overcame this, overcame that, you finally decided that you want to be 100% in this thing, decided not to be lukewarm anymore. Look, the Most High is not on our time. He has a set time where he's going to send these spirits out and send his son back upon the earth to lay on sore strokes in the time of destruction. Most of us not, well, I'm just waiting on, No. This is the Most High show. So we want to make sure that, we're in right standings with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. We gotta, sometimes, we get caught up in the day-to-day, the burdens of man and all that, but we gotta snap out of it. We gotta snap out of it. We gotta remember the latter end. Because look, as we watch and we see, we still in this government shutdown. We still got, people out here that are, wanting to fulfill their lust. They want to be distracted in this world. They want to be defiled on the Sabbath day. They want to eat unclean foods. They want to be rebellious against their husband. They want to, just fulfill their lust. All the things that our people do. So we got to make sure that we're repenting, making sure we're in good standing, have good heart posture towards the Most High, and making sure that we're getting our minds, bodies, and spirits ready for the time to come. So verse 16, back in Joel chapter 3, the Lord also shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. So although these things are going on, we just watched that video, don't be that sister that's like, dang, that's gonna happen. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be scary. How am I even gonna make it? Nobody who can survive that. You got the asphalt, the sidewalks, the roads melting on fire, da, da, da. Lord willing, the Most High beam us up. We'll be in the chariot. Because why? Because the Most High, Yahweh is the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel. If you're in this thing, you got a sincere heart towards Yahweh, keeping these laws, such commandments to the best of your ability. Hey, the Most High is our strength. The Most High, he is so merciful. And he's our refuge, our safe place. So we got to meditate on that. Psalms is a really good book on, meditating on the Most High being your strength, our refuge, your salvation. Get into the book of Psalms if you feel like you got that spirit of fear trying to jump on you. And we know, I gotta pull up. This is my favorite precept. If y'all don't know it, look. This is my favorite precept. Because look, 2 Timothy 1:7, for God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. So when we see these things come to pass, when we see times are waxing worse, this society is crumbling day by day. Each day we're in the government shutdown. Every day, that the government decides not to give people food stamps, food assistance, jobs, people not at their jobs, not getting a paycheck. But guess what? The Most High has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. You should have a sound mind knowing, hey, my job might not be paying me, but the Most High got me. The Most High got me and my family. Because guess what? We got the Most High on our side. The Most High God is the same God that fed our ancestors in the wilderness. The same God. The Most High is not going to let anything bad happen to the righteous. He's not going to let anybody be overcome by the evils on this earth if you're a sincere spirit, if you're keeping his law, statutes, commandments, seeking to please him day in and day out, upholding your integrity in the Most High. So let me go back to Joel chapter 3. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm so sorry, y'all. I was about to say, please excuse my daughter, because she is right here under this laptop. But okay, this is verse 17. So shall ye know that I am the Lord your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more. So this has to happen. Destruction has to happen. If you're tired of going to work every day, you're tired of being out the spirit, you're tired of dealing with these demons and these struggles and going back and forth in the flesh, or going through contentions with your family member, your husband, your parents, whatever the case may be, look, these prophecies have to come to pass. This place has to go. It's wicked. The Most High has to purge this place of the wickedness. Has to. And I want to get that precept. I think it's in Numbers. Let me see. I think it's in Numbers chapter 33. Let me see. No, that's not it. Let me try 30. If not, I'm gonna look it up. No, that's not what I want. Oh gosh. Mm, I know it's a number. Now look. What did I say? Numbers 33? It was 35. So numbers 35. Y'all bear with me. I'm trying to balance her on my legs and do this while she's trying to move. Okay, this is what verse? 33. It was the 33rd verse. I thought it was a chapter. Okay, Numbers chapter 35 and verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So look, this way, and we know if you don't know now, you know. But this land has so much bloodshed on it from the time of our Gadite and Reubenite brothers and sisters were on this land, and Esau came over here, rape, robbing, murdering our people, stealing their lands, over billions and billions of acres of land, killing them, all types of wickedness that they did to our people to get this land. This land is defiled. All that blood that was shed, it has to be, look, what it say? And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So Esau and his descendants, they gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. If we want to get put back in our homeland, this place gotta go. Plain and simple, straight like that. So if you're tired of the day to day and you don't know how much more you got in you, and hey, look, me and some sisters were just talking. Look, spiritual warfare is increasing. It's not going to be like the same low level demons that you were struggling with when you first came into the truth. Oh, well, I'm just struggling with being modest. Oh, I'm just struggling with, not eating shrimp or whatever. Struggling with not putting my fringes on or putting fringes on my kid. No, it's going to be higher than that. It's going to get harder and harder and harder. You might have spirits of lust trying to overthrow you. You might be thinking about leaving your husband. You might be thinking about, well, dang, maybe I just need to start working on Saturday. Maybe I just need to I just need to make sure that I need to make sure that I'm good. I need this money. I need to be able to pay my rent. The rent prices are going up. The food prices are going up. I don't get the stamps anymore. This, and that. Look, it's going to be higher and higher and higher. As the times wax worse, the spirits are going to be worse. And the Most High, he still got to prove us. He got to prove us. He got to make sure that, look, you are really for him. He's going to know, like, is this daughter of Zion willing to risk it all for me? For my name's sake? That's what he wants to know. That's what he wants to know. Then we'll go back to chapter 3. Back in Joel. Let's see. Verse 18. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Judah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of the Lord, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Going back to Numbers 35 and 33. They shed innocent blood in their land. The Most High, he's, look, and as you're seeing, even in that video, they know it's not just going to be one place getting bombed. It's going to be hell all over the earth. So people think, oh, I'm just going to get on my plane and I'm going to travel to Thailand. I'm going to go move to New Zealand. No. The Most High is cleaning the house. from the whole earth. On the whole earth. You got to set things right. This is verse 20. But Judah shall dwell forever in Jerusalem from generation to generation. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed. For the Lord dwelleth in Zion. And, in this walk, we will have highs and lows. And in this captivity, especially in this flesh, we can experience, some really low lows. But, you may feel like your whole world is crumbling. Like, what is even going on? Like, you might feel like you've never been through anything like this because you haven't. You haven't. And you may feel like some trials are just so heavy to the point where, you might get tired of going through the motions and, you're battling thoughts and they're wicked thoughts and you just don't know why you keep having these thoughts and these feelings and all these sort of things. It's Satan. It's Satan. But, we got to remember that the Most High is our hope and our strength. We got to know that if we keep enduring, we don't have to deal with this anymore. It's just for a little time. A little time compared to everlasting life. Never having to, struggle again. Never having to break your back and try to make a way and bills and, all this other madness that we have to deal with in this captivity. My daughter keeps kicking me. But I'm going to pull the classic, Revelation 21, in verse 4. And reason, God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. So we just got to keep enduring. We got to keep enduring until the Most High says it's time. And just make sure that our spirit is right at that time. And once that happens, hey, ain't gonna be no more tears. Ain't gonna be no more sorrow. Ain't gonna be no more death, no pain. All those things are gonna be passed away. All those things are burnt up, done, over with. And then it's gonna be like a deep breath. You may be able to take that deep breath. It's gonna feel like you ain't never breathed before. It's gonna just be like a huge burden just lifted off your shoulders. It's gonna be beautiful. This is something to hope for. This is something to look forward to. And this is why we gotta have faith too in the Most High. We can't let these spirits make us think that, we're just struggling for nothing. Because sometimes that's what, Satan likes to make you feel like. Like, dang, I'm just struggling forever. Dang, I've been in the season for months, years, and nothing's changed. No, you gotta switch the narrative. You gotta rebuke those thoughts. You gotta know that something is greater that is coming. Something greater is coming. Let me get the classic. Today, are you serious? Sorry, y'all. Kick the laptop. It's crazy. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 28. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. So we got to know that all things work together for good. These things are not meant to break us, but to make us stronger in the spirit, to make us be able to endure hard things to come. You think you're going through it now, baby. You see nothing yet. You see nothing yet. You got to go through Jacob's trouble. We got to go through Jacob's trouble. I got to get the classic. Jeremiah 30:7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. But, there's a but. He shall be saved out of it. So, we got these times to come. It's getting ugly out here. Folks is going hungry. Folks is resorting to stealing, looting. Folks, might not be working. You work through the government or government contract, whatever the case may be. Folks ain't getting paid. Folks is getting evicted. Folks are becoming homeless. But guess what? We got Yahweh Shah on our side, and he has never forsaken the righteous. Never, 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 never. He's not going to start. He didn't in the times of old. He's not going to now. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. How beautiful is that? for the only living God, the Most High God, to be dealing with us and being able to have our hope, trust, faith in Him. That's nothing to take lightly. Glory in that. Praise the Most High in advance for the kingdom that's already prepared for us, for our people, if we continue to endure. Glory in that. And the Most High is going to fight for us and avenge us for all the wrongdoings and injustices we go through in this life, all the seeing folks get hung and seeing our people get locked up unjustly, and all the wicked things that we go through. You got people, they get sued, they get this and that, they losing their job, they can't find no work, they all these it's hell here. It's hell. But y'all bear with me 1 second, because I think I might have to Shabbat Shalom. I'm gonna see who my daughter's starting. She is starting, but fine, so when you feel low, don't feel like fighting no more, tired of the day-to-day struggles, lean on the Most High to carry you through. Always, 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 always revert back to Him and your thoughts and your prayers and your ways. Just keep your focus, keep your mind on Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and you won't lose. You won't lose. And that is for sure. So, try to look at my notes. Makan. Allow Him to overflow your cup. Allow Him to overflow your cup, because the Most High is just to do so. 1 Peter chapter 5. He's greater. The Most High is greater than all of our struggles, y'all. He's greater. This is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that He may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon Him, for He careth for you. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Y'all give me 1 second. Bear with me, y'all, so I can. My daughter's currently just trying to cry. So if y'all hear her in the background, please disregard. Please disregard. But yeah. But Khan, back to what I was saying. You gotta allow for the Most High to work in your life and make sure that you give it to Him. Give those stresses, those struggles, the bills, all this and that, worrying how this gonna get done and worrying about getting this right and this. Look, you gotta humble yourself. Like, Lord, I can't do it alone. I need your strength. I need you to make intercession for me. Cause look, I need your strength. I need your strength. I can't do it. I'm only man. And the Most High will what? Exalt you in due time. He will exalt you in due time. And I had another precept. Let me get this in Psalm 23. The classic. Psalm 23. And verse. Really, all of it's good. All of it is good. I'm going to just jump to verse 5. Actually, 4. I'm going to do 4. Yet though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So even if you lose everything, even if it seems like it's really bad, you still have something that is so precious that everyone does not have. You have the Most High God, Yahweh Shem Yahushua on your side. You have knowledge of the law, statute, commandments, and to the sincerity and willingness to want to follow the Most High in that way. Because we know it's people out here, they read the Bible up and down. They got wisdom about this, and that, but they don't have that sincerity to follow the Most High, to keep that integrity, to follow these law, statute, commandments to the best of their abilities, and sincerity and truth. And I'm gonna get Jeremiah chapter 29 and verse 11. It reads, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Then shall you call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart. So the Most High just wants us to call upon him. He's our Father, and he loves us so much. So we got to just make sure that we know that the Most High is not putting, these things on us for evil, but to refine us as that piece of gold, as that piece of silver. And he wants to give us that expected end, which is the kingdom. So Lord willing, sisters, continue to endure. And I got 2 more, maybe 3. But Satan be trying to hide y'all and take away the word, but we gonna keep going. This is Psalm chapter 12 and verse 5. For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy, now will I arise, saith the Lord. I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him. The words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in the furnace of earth, purified 7 times. So I bring this out to say, there's a lot of oppression that our people go through in this captivity. We got, you got to pay for insurance, you got to pay for rent, you got to pay to eat, you got to pay for water, all the things that are in the curses in Deuteronomy 28. We go through all these things where this is oppression. This is oppression. This land does not serve us in any way, shape, or form. And we know that oppression maketh the wise man mad. Let me get that. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. And Shabbat Shalom to sisters who joined. Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. And when I was reading this earlier, I was like, dang, low key, that part when it says, and a gift destroyeth the heart, I kind of thought about, our people. Because if you've been keeping up with the snap thing, it seems like it's all people want to talk about. But, they're like, if you think about it, like, that's a gift that Esau gave our people, and it destroyed our heart. Some of our people, they get these benefits, they get, favor, they might have a really good job, the government jobs, they have all these things that seem like, they might be gifts from the Most High. No, it's like it. Gifts, they seem like they're gifts from the Most High, but, they're gifts from Satan, Esau, and it destroys the heart. Because now you got this, and now you're like, well, I got this going on. I'm secure. I feel safe. I'm good. I got this benefit. I got that. I'm able to make it. I live a decent life, whatever the case may be. And then when it's taken away, you have to depend on the Most High. You feeling like it's a curse. When you should have been depending on the Most High to begin with. Not saying that's any of y'all, Lord willing, but that's what I was thinking of. That gift that destroyed the heart. Because look, everything that glitter ain't gold. Okay. All gifts are not good gifts. So I wanted to get this last account in Isaiah close it out. 65. Isaiah chapter 65, and I'm going to start at all of this is mighty. You want to read about the kingdom, you want to read about things to come, this is what you need to read. Okay, so this is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for the vexation of spirit. But ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord God shall slay thee, and shall call his servants by another name, that he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the God of truth, and he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the God of truth. Because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. So all the things that you sister struggle with, the spirits that you struggle with, you can't get it right. You know, you might struggle with submission. You know, you really want to submit to your husband, but sometimes he be doing some stuff, and you just be like, oh my gosh, all this type of stuff. Or you might really be tired and you can't find just balance with work or school or being a mom and a wife, and you're like, dang, I just can't get it right. I keep forgetting this. I keep messing up on that. I keep losing patience with my children. Whatever the case may be, all these former troubles are going to be forgotten. They're going to be forgotten. And we're going to be in the new heavens, in the new earth. All these things are to come. We're going to have joy of heart. We're going to sing. We're going to be okay in those times to come. We're going to be able to eat. And the Most High is going to be able to, he's going to make a way to make sure that we're okay in the time to come. And I'm going to jump down. I put this in my Exhort on my page a few days ago. But I just want to... I'm gonna start 23. Well, I'm gonna start 21. It's all right. It's all good. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. So it's gonna be a time where we don't have to work ourselves to death or work. Because in this land, you work, and guess what? Your money going to bills. Money going to bills. And I gotta pull that verse up. Hold on. I think it's in. Go back. Okay, hold on. Yeah, we work just to pay these people. I got 1 and 6. 1 and 6. Like, what kind of life is that? You just work and then you just give all the money and time you work for. You got to spend it on food. You got to spend it on bills. Like, no, it's not going to be like that in the kingdom. It's not going to be like that. This is Haggai chapter 1 and verse 5. Now, therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. We got to consider our ways in these last days. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put in a bag with holes. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, consider your ways. So in this life, you look, we eat, but we have not enough. You got to keep going to the store. You got to keep buying stuff. You got to keep buying water. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. You gotta keep buying clothes because you don't fit the clothes no more. You got children, they're grown out of clothes. Look, it's a lot. You earn wages. You got a job, operating Most High, but you put it into a bag of holes. It's just going right up out the bag. You put it in the bag, it's going out. So it's like, what? It's oppression, captivity. So, Lord willing, this was edifying. Lord willing, sisters, continue to keep watch. Lord willing, we just continue to endure all the struggles and spirits that we struggle with in this land, in this life. The Most High is so merciful, and I'm so grateful that the Most High has allowed us to be in the end times. So this is a beautiful time. You know, a lot of people is not going to be able to witness the end of days, Most High willing. You know, we get to see it and we get delivered out of it. But Lord willing, we'll be back on here in 2 weeks. I love you, sisters. And I pray, Lord willing, that y'all endure all things that come y'all's way and we get the kingdom, Most High willing. And for us on the East Coast, Sabbath is about to be over soon. So, Lord willing, enjoy the rest of your Sabbath. And shalom.